Welcome to the Real Film Nerds Podcast.
Welcome, everyone, to another exciting episode of the Real Film Nerds Podcast. Episode 159. And I yelled out a little loud and it blew out the speaker. Oh, well. Today, me and myself and I and my co-host, yes, there's three of me, Mysterious Mike Talent. You like the mysterious back, Mike?
Yeah, I think I like it.
My name is Matt Hinshaw from Magic 99.1 with Lisa Live and Local in the mornings on Monday. Today we're reviewing a movie that did not do well at the box office. It only made $33 million on opening weekend, and that is Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, or as of today, which is a Monday, they have changed the name of the film because they think that's the reason why nobody went and saw it, to Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey.
Did they really? They changed the name?
They changed the name today.
Wow, I didn't see that. That's interesting. The name is going to fix it?
It's going to make people go, I guess. I don't know. According to Slash Film, a blogging, news, film, podcasting website that I like to frequent, put out a story today about that they think that's going to fix the people going to the film. So I don't know. All the film movie posters is basically Harley Quinn front and center. So how would you not know? But whatever. So Mike, how are things?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Just been busy. Lots of things going on.
Yeah. You ready to talk about this fantabulous movie?
I am ready to talk about this fantabulous movie, Matt. Do you want to emancipate it?
Or do you want to talk about the Oscars first? Because we got to talk about the Oscars. Or do you want to save that? You know what? Let's go back to your structure. We'll save that for the end. Yeah, we'll save the Oscars for the end, Mike.
All right. We'll save the Oscars for the end.
We'll save the Oscars for the end because people don't like it when we, don't do our structure and don't follow and get off topic drastically talking about Star Wars. I mean, Mike, why are you so obsessed with Star Wars? You really got to cut it out.
I know. This has a key Star Wars figure in it, Matt, who's starring in a new show that may or may not ever get released.
Fair enough. According to him, it's going to get released. They're just rewriting some stuff. And we discussed this on last pod, or was it the pod before?
I think it was last pod, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was last pod. Anyways, all right, Mike, so let's do it. Give us the rundown for Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey.
Okay, so Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, the original title, is directed by Kathy Yan. Writer is Christina Hodson. It's starring Margot Robbie, Rosie Perez, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Journey Smollett Bell, Evan McGregor. And this is a movie about Harley Quinn just after the breakup with Mr. J, as she says.
Mr. J! And by the way, it's not Evan McGregor, it's Ewan McGregor.
Oh, dude. Oh, man. Typo.
Sure. Typo. Whatever you got to blame it on, Mike, I mean, seriously, who needs life when you've got heroin?
Yes. Oh, man. That's a great quote from, I can't even think of the movie. This is way back. We watched that.
The original Trainspotting.
Yeah. Trainspotting. Yeah. That's what the movie that I thought really broke him out into becoming the star.
Yeah, that's when it showed his range big time, and he really kind of took off after that. Anyways, enough about Ewan McGregor. Go ahead, Mike. Continue.
I think that's pretty much it, man. It's kind of a group movie, but mostly it's about Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I think that's maybe one of the reasons for the title change, too. I was expecting a lot more of the group aesthetic like Avengers or Suicide Squad, which inspired this film. But honestly, it's a Harley Quinn movie with a few other characters in it. And I'm not sure how well Harley Quinn works as a main character, especially without her squeeze the Joker. But I don't know. I enjoyed this movie. I didn't think it was anything special or anything incredible. There's aspects of it I really enjoyed, but overall, it's not a must see in the theaters if you ask me.
There you go, Matt. Just breaking structure and recommending what to do in the very beginning. Well, since we're doing that, Matt, this movie was honestly a little bit disappointing for me. I was expecting quite a bit. It looked like it was going to be kind of a fun movie that just focused on Harley Quinn's character and some other new characters. And I mean, I guess I kind of got that, but not in a way that was as fun or functional, I guess. I don't know. We'll get into some of this stuff a little later, Matt.
Biggest problem I had with this movie, though, was the story. Exact same story that has been told a million times over. All right, fine, Mike, you're throwing your hands in the air. You want to get the structure like you just don't care.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's talk about
the cinematography, the colors, the sets.
Let's talk the special effects. What did you think? Did you? I mean, I thought all that stuff was pretty adequate and matched the scenes. It was good design, set design.
I really liked was the color palette. I thought the color palette was amazing. It felt like Gotham. It didn't feel like New York City. It didn't feel like, gritty and grimy. I mean, it was gritty and grimy, but it was very colorful at the same time, which was very reminiscent of the older, like, Batman DC films that are very colorful. And I don't want to say like Batman and Robin, but that's a good example. I mean, the Riddler is very, very, very green. Stuff like that. Just lots of really good use of color in this movie.
I like the dialogue that Harley Quinn's character had. I thought it was pretty creative and went well with her character.
I wasn't a huge fan of the narration, though. I thought that was a cop-out, how she narrated basically the entire film. I didn't like that.
She did narrate a lot of the film, yeah.
But then when you think about it, they're trying to put you into Harley Quinn's head. I guess it worked, but it's very confusing at times. Very, very confusing. The time shifts and the jumping around and the...
Oh, yeah, man. I was super lost in some parts, especially in the beginning. I was like, what in the hell? Where are we?
Yeah, that's part of what I really didn't like. What I really wasn't a huge fan of. I know what they were trying to do, but I don't think it worked well. You know what did work well, though, Mike?
Margot Robbie jumping around and scantily clad.
Definitely. But the action... I thought the action was really, really good in this movie. The fight scenes were really good. They were nice and wide, and I really enjoyed the fight scenes.
Okay. Yeah, they didn't do any of that tight, shaky cam stuff. Not really. I don't remember any of that.
No, they didn't do any like hard, rough cuts. They didn't do the shaky cam stuff. They left it wide.
That was a cool thing in it, for sure.
Very reminiscent of like a John Wick style action. Just wide, lets you see the whole scene, lets the, if they were stunt performers, whatever, or Margot Robbie or whoever, do the work and you get to see it. I mean, there was no jump cuts, no nothing. I really applaud them on the fighting scenes and the action scenes. I thought they were really good.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Okay, Lord Structure, what's next on our structuring to be structured?
Oh, man. You really don't like having structure, do you? You really
No, I don't care. I just like giving you a hard time.
Uh-huh. You don't care.
No, I do care. I like the structure.
Okay.
With the structuring.
Okay. Yeah. Well, Matt, I think it's come to the point in the show where I ask you, what are you drinking?
Well, Mike. Wait for it. Thanks for asking. Today, I went out and I purchased a local well, not today. I didn't buy it today. I bought it over the weekend. I did not know they made this beer. I don't see a lot of these beers around, but I went to an actual nice liquor store, not Walmart, where I usually pick up my beers. But our Walmart surprisingly has a decent selection of craft beers. The one on 69, not the one in Prescott Valley or the one in Prescott. I haven't been to those buying beer yet. But anyways, I got a brewery out of Lake Havasu. I'm sure you've heard of them, Mike, called Mud Shark Brewery.
Yeah, I think I have heard of them.
Lake Havasu City, Arizona. They brew a lot of their beer with solar power, which is pretty cool.
That's cool.
I am drinking, I'm a fan of my Browns. It is known as the Scorpion Amber Ale.
Ooh. That sounds fun.
It doesn't taste like Scorpion. It tastes like an amber ale, but it's a pretty good ale. It's actually a little bit on almost like the sweet side. It's almost like almost a desserty kind of beer, but it's not.
So, Matt, I know you've had lots of encounters with scorpions, but I didn't realize you ate them.
They're a delicacy in Arizona. We got lots of them, especially back home. My parents capture them for me and make a good, scorpion stew. It's delightful. What? Okay, go ahead. You're itching to tell me what IPA you're drinking today. Is it a tall boy?
It is a tall boy.
Nice.
So this is called Levitate. It is a collaboration with Green Bench Brewing and Cloudwater Brew Company. And it is an IPA, triple dry hopped with Hallertau, Blanc, Citra, Belma, and Howlmelon. It's got a lot of hops.
Would you like to buy something other than hops?
I don't know, man. I like them.
I know. Beer of choice. You like the bitter. What's the bitterness on the, what is it, the IBU scale? Is that what they call it?
Yeah. International Bitter Units. I don't know if it says it on here. If you give me a second, I'll look it up. So hold on. Why don't you talk about some more structuring? More structuring, Matt.
More structuring of the structure without the structure. Do you want me to start talking about the Oscars? Because I can sit here and talk about that all night. 3.5 hours long, Mike. 3.5 hours long. Did you watch it last night or did you just go to bed?
No, I just went to bed, man.
I figured as much. So you just looked at the results today. So you didn't hear Joaquin Phoenix's nice big long speech about cows?
No, I didn't hear. I didn't. Did you? So, Matt, I'm assuming you stayed up and watched it.
Yes, I was over at a special friend's house watching it with her family.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, it was. We had pork tacos and drank some beers and watched the Academy Awards.
Okay.
We're DVRing it so we could fast forward through the commercials. I forgot how delightful DVRs are.
Yes, yeah. No, DVRs aren't too bad. Let's see. Matt, so I looked it up. It doesn't have an IBU score.
So it's off the charts.
Yeah. I think the highest one I've ever had is like in the 90s.
What is that? Like you just take like a hop and just like eat it?
Basically after that, my taste buds don't work anymore.
Well, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's really cool.
That sounds
really
like cool. A great thing.
It makes your water taste like hops. It's like your food is hoppy. Everything is hoppy.
So it's like getting like some of those Vinny's suicidal wings.
Yeah.
It's just you taste nothing but fire for the rest of the week. And then, you melt the porcelain.
Yeah, like that.
That's how hops work too, right? Okay, so talking about superheroes, Mike, how does Birds of Prey relate to the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
So is Porcelain Melter a superhero?
I'm making it one. I think it should be one. The fantabulous emancipation of one porcelain Punisher.
Oh man, that'd be awesome. Okay, so the cinematographer for this movie, his name is Matthew Labatique, and he was the director of photography on Iron Man 2.
Nice.
Yeah.
So does that mean I get to spoil it now? Or do I need to continue my Oscars talk?
No, you can spoil it, Matt. We'll talk about Oscars here in just a few minutes.
Woohoo! I don't know what I need to spoil. The story was just, come on. Some kid steals something she shouldn't have. It's been done.
Yeah.
It's been done.
Yeah.
It's been done.
No. Yeah, well, a lot of the movies we watch have been, it's the same telling of the story, but they just, Matt, I'm glad you brought up earlier the out of order, like flashbacks, flash forwards. I was pretty confused. I almost wish it would like tell you where you were, because there were scenes where I'm like, where is this at in the timeline? Because she was narrating a lot of stuff, but then she'd stop narrating. But then she'd narrate again, but it was like after your confusion. It was weird. Some of that beginning stuff.
Yeah, it was very chaotic. The whole way they told the story was very chaotic. And I know that they were trying to make you feel like you were in Harley Quinn's head and how she's really just crazy and messed up and doesn't think in a straight line and she's all over the place. But I think they might have done it a little too well because you're confusing the viewer and you're frustrating the viewer, and you don't want to do that because then they don't tell people that it's a good movie.
Yeah. So that was one of my complaints. The other part of the story was just, it's like the acting was good, the action was good. It just, the story just wasn't much. There wasn't much of a protagonist. It was kind of, I don't know. It was just, it's kind of all over the place. It's kind of a mess of a story. Like the movie seemed like it was complete, but the story is just a mess.
I wasn't a huge fan of how they have all these characters and they're building, the birds of prey and everything. And some of them, they tell you a lot of their story, and other ones, they tell you literally like next to nothing of their story. Like the character development for these new characters that they were introducing was not there.
Well, a couple of them were. You're right. It was like pick and choose. And even some of the scenes that I think were supposed to be kind of funny didn't seem like they were really. Like some of the Rosie Perez cop scene stuff just didn't go very well. I don't know, to me.
Fell flat. Yeah.
Yeah, just...
And then, a really, really, really incredible actress was barely in the frickin' movie. Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Oh, yeah. No, barely in the movie.
One of the
Advertised her a big time in the trailer, though.
Yeah, one of the most badass characters, not just in the movie, but in the DC world. I don't know much about the DC world. I definitely don't know much about the Birds of Prey. But her character is just this badass. The Huntress is just a badass, and she's just hardly in the frickin' movie, and it was very disappointing. Black Canary was cool, but then when she finally reveals her power, it's literally the end of the movie.
The way that they came together, too, like, it didn't feel right. Like, it just seemed like they should have been more teamed up earlier, and I realize it's kind of like a bad situation, let's team up and then we're gonna break apart kind of thing. Like we just got out of jail together. We don't like each other, but the only way we're gonna make this is if we work together, but only for a few minutes. So it's like I don't know. What's that cliche that you say? Something about the thieves? Thieves have no...
There's no honor among thieves?
Yeah, like it's kind of like that, I guess. So they like do like a handshake, but it's like with their fingers crossed behind their back kind of thing, almost.
Well, and then they start explaining how they're like becoming the Birds of Prey in like all these cut scenes at the end of the movie after like the villain's dead and everything's done. They're like, okay, and then this is what they did with this, and this is what they did with this, and this is, where Renee Montoya decided to retire and do this. It's just, why did you do it that way? Why not just show us those scenes instead of being narrating and then, oh, this is what happened. It's like, the storytelling was just all over the place. The story was all over the place. The plot was just not great. It's just the big shining star is Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. That was the best part of the movie. Ewan McGregor did well. He was acting the hell out of it. He clearly was having fun, but he wasn't, that insane of a villain. I mean, okay, he peels people's faces off.
Yeah, he's kind of not really in it that much either,
No.
honestly.
Like, what's his motive? Like, why? Like, he's already the crime boss.
Yeah,
It's
they
just,
didn't.
it's a mess. It's a wreck.
So Matt, I've got a good question for you. If you think they straightened out how they told this, like if they reordered these scenes, so nothing new added, nothing taken away. If they reordered the scenes, do you think it would be a better movie?
It would help. It definitely wouldn't hurt. But the story and the plot and everything still isn't great. It's not bad, but it's just average. It's okay.
It is just okay. The motivation for a lot of the characters is like you said, we just don't have a lot of their backstories. Like, you get some of it, but not all. Like, it's just it's all over the place. Some of the characters I would like to know more about, like the Chinese food guy. I mean, I guess she talked a little bit about him, but why does he know everyone?
That's a good point. And that was an interesting side character. Yeah, it's a small part, but it was very interesting.
It was interesting. So it's like, I don't know. There were some things in there that would have been cool, but
like, why is he harboring Harley Quinn?
Yeah,
why?
And why does he know everything about everybody?
Right. There really could have been some fun storytelling in there. All right. Well, I already spoke my piece about this. Mike, should people go see this in the theaters?
No, they shouldn't. Unless you really want to go see Margot Robbie in the theater or something because you like her playing Harley Quinn. No, there's no reason to see this. It's that stupid story thing. It just didn't really flow well. Like, it's got good special effects. It was shot well. Pretty good acting. The story.
Yeah, the action was really good, but there's not enough of it to justify spending the money on a movie ticket. I think you'll get just as much out of it at home as you would in the theater. So I don't think this is worth the ticket price or the drive to go watch it. It's worth a watch down the road, but it's not a must see. It is not a must see film.
Yeah, and it's interesting. I guess this got highly rated by the critics, and it's just bombing in the box office. So I guess it turns out that whatever we say doesn't matter. But, I wouldn't tell you to go see this. So maybe we're more in tune. I don't know. It seems like this should have been a good movie and a big movie. And it's just flopping, but it doesn't surprise me after seeing it.
Yeah.
It wasn't that great.
Well, another scene, not to get off topic real fast, but I guess I'm on topic. Another scene that I thought could have been really fun and interesting and cool was the roller derby scene, and it's like 20 seconds long. It's like nothing, and the only reason it's even in there is to build up for the very last action scene. I would have liked to have seen more of that. Like, why did she decide roller derby? To beat people up, or was she really trying to exercise and have fun, or what?
Yeah, there's kind of this interesting, what would you say, like a sad-tage, like a sad montage in the beginning where she's doing the roller derby and she's doing all kinds of different things and she's trying to process the breakup from Mr. J. But I don't know.
Yeah, but it's a throwaway scene. It's just there to build up for the end, and it's like, no, show us more of that. Show us more of her coping. Like the scene where she's like sitting in her apartment and she's like pouring like half a freaking can of the cheese spray into her mouth.
That was
and
awesome.
Stuff.
Yeah,
stuff like that was great. That was really cool. She cutting her hair because she's all pissed off and she wants a change. Perfect, great, love that stuff. Give us some more of that stuff. That was creative. That was good.
Yeah. Oh, I love the sandwich part.
Yep. Dude, I already got it nominated. I'm sorry. I'm taking it.
All right. That was a wonderful scene. and I like the build-up. I like all the intermixing. Like, that was really well done. That was a really cool part of the movie. It just seems like some stuff, I don't know, like that was awesome.
And the whole thing afterwards where she lost it and she almost shot herself because she lost the sandwich.
Yeah.
I wanted an egg sandwich, and I don't even like that style of eggs, like scrambled. I just thought it was done so well. And so, like, this film has really good redeeming qualities, but it's in short supply.
Yeah, like you said, Matt, there's moments of like greatness in this movie. It just doesn't all come together.
Yeah, they need to. The director needs to work on it. She's a fairly new director, but I'm not saying she did a bad job. I think she did a adequate job. It's nothing spectacular, but it has moments of greatness. So,
yeah, like, you know, I couldn't walk off the street and even know how to tackle a movie of this size. But even though, I'm critiquing it, it's impressive that you were able to make something like that. It just, the story really, the whole like hinging thing of it just didn't really go together with it.
Yeah, I mean, she is a fairly new director, Mike. Fairly new. I mean, she did two short films, one in 2013, one in 2016. Oh, two in 2016. So 3 short films. Her other big feature was Dead Pigs, which I think was a Sundance film. And then she's the director of Birds of Prey, this big DC blockbuster. I mean, I can imagine the pressure that she was under. And she, again, I hate to keep harping on it, she didn't do bad. She didn't do bad. It was just average. It wasn't anything over the top. And some of that might have been lack of experience.
Yeah. Yeah. I can agree with that. I mean, scaling up to this size of a budget and a picture and planning out all the shots and all this different thing, it must have been just quite overwhelming. So I think she did great. It's just, it's just average. It's not special.
Okay, so how many reels?
I'm going to give this one 2 out of 5.
See, again, I'm more lenient. So it's an average. So I give it an average. I give it a 3 out of 5.
You are more lenient, man. I'm the harsh critic.
A lot of that is the moments of greatness, And again, Margot Robbie did fantastic. The color palette, the action, there's a lot of really good things. But the story, we always talk about it, or at least I do. The story, man. Story. Plot. You can have a gorgeous, beautiful, giant blockbuster, and if the story's shit, like, I don't know, Mortal Engines.
Yeah, but that wasn't like a gorgeous block. I mean, it had a lot
special
of effects.
Money in it, man. A lot of money in that.
What was the movie that we just watched that was like beautiful, just not good? Oh, 6 Underground, Michael Bay, Bang.
Bam.
We man, that movie is shot. Action's incredible. Story is shit.
Yeah, it was. It was bad. It was real bad. But it was a Bang. So we got to give it to him. He banged it hard.
But it was like, I mean, acting was okay. I wouldn't say the acting was the best in that movie, but man, was that a beautifully, wonderfully shot movie with some really cool special effects and a terrible story.
With incredible action.
Yeah.
Incredible action. Okay, since we're already off topic, Mike, let's continue the off topic. Let's talk about the Oscars last night. I know you did not watch them, but you looked up the winners. You need to go back and watch Joaquin Phoenix's speech, though. It was very Joaquin Phoenix.
Was it very odd?
Yep, it was very Joaquin Phoenix. But
all right.
We'll start with him acting a leading role. I'm happy he won. I was very happy about that. I predicted that. I wanted him to win. There was a lot of good nominations in there. Jonathan Pryce sticks out from the two popes. That he did great, but Joaquin Phoenix won it. Woo!
Yeah, no, he killed it. Joker was amazing.
You know what I didn't know either? First Academy Award he's ever won.
Now, has he been nominated?
He's been
for
nominated.
Other stuff?
Yep, he was nominated.
Was he nominated for Science?
No, he was nominated for Gladiator, Walk the Line, and something else.
Oh, yeah.
He was nominated 4 times. This is his first win. Another one that shocked the shit out of me, actor in supporting role, Brad Pitt. He's never won before for acting. Brad Pitt has never won for acting.
But he's been nominated for like 12 Monkeys and
he's been
what
nominated
else?
for a bunch of stuff, but he's never won in acting. I think he has some producer credits, some other credits, but he's never won an Oscar for acting. That just blows my freaking mind. How the hell has he not won by now? I don't get that. And he was up against some insane competition, dude. Tom Hanks, Anthony Hopkins, Al Pacino, and Joe Pesci. I mean, that's a loaded category, dude. Loaded.
Yeah, no, he killed it in his role. I loved his role in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which is a great movie that's not really about anything, but I loved it.
Yeah. I think he did better than Leo. Now, one that is missing from the list of best actors, Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler should have been nominated, dude. He was incredible.
He was incredible. I don't know. Did they not like him? Like what?
That's basically what it is. The Academy just doesn't like him because he does all these quirky, raunchy, horrible comedies. That's blatantly what it is.
He does do a lot of. Oh, you know what, Matt? This is interesting. I just read this the other day. Netflix signed Adam Sandler for another 4-movie deal.
Oh, yeah.
Because his movies are streamed so much, they're huge for Netflix.
Yeah, but didn't you hear about his interview on Howard Stern?
No, I don't think I did.
Okay. Before the nominations came out, Adam Sandler said on Howard Stern he was just joking. A lot of people think he was being serious. Now it comes off as fucking serious, but he was just joking when he was on Howard Stern that if I don't get at least nominated for Uncut Gems, I am going to purposely make the shittiest damn movie I can just to piss everyone off. And literally, like, after the nominations came out, he signs that deal with Netflix, and everybody's like, oh shit, he was not joking.
Yeah, so he's got his second deal of 4 movies. I don't know, man. I think those deals are really lucrative. All of them were pretty terrible that came out.
I haven't watched them.
The Murder Mystery? Murder Mystery was okay, but like there's this one that's like 6 Indians or something. Oh, it's bad.
The Western one was so bad. That was his first one. I was like, oh, this is so bad. It was so just racist and bad story and bad everything. I was like, oh, I'm not going to watch any more of these. I'm done.
Yeah, me and the wife watched the Murder Mystery one with Jennifer Aniston because we've liked some of the other Adam Sandler movies with Jennifer Aniston, and it was okay. It wasn't as terrible as a lot of them. It wasn't like Zohan or whatever, but
yeah, that was a pretty bad movie. Don't mess with the Zohan. Yeah. All right, so let's keep rolling here. Actress in a lead role. Did you ever see Judy?
No, I didn't see Judy.
Neither did I. My parents saw it because my parents were big fans of Judy Garland. They actually saw it like the weekend it came out, and they were both not impressed with her portrayal of Judy. They thought it was not accurate and things like that. But again, it was she won. The acting was clearly good. So I didn't see Bombshell, which Charlize Theron was nominated for. I did see Little Women. I did see Marriage Story, and I did see Harriet. I think Cynthia Erivo in Harriet was very good, but I'm not disappointed with Renee Zellweger winning. I don't think anyone else was super standout. So.
Okay.
Actress in a supporting role, Laura Dern for Marriage Story. She did fine.
Did Renee Zellweger win for that Show Me the Money movie like way back?
I don't know. I would assume
or
so.
There was some other movie like Mountain, some mountain movie.
I don't know. You can.
I'll look.
You can look.
Yeah.
That was Jerry Maguire, Mike.
Yes, Jerry Maguire. Yes, Show Me the Money.
So I'll just go through the other ones quick a little bit here. Actress in a supporting role, Laura Dern, Kathy Bates, ScarJo, Florence Pugh, Margot Robbie were all nominated. I would have liked to have seen ScarJo win for Jojo Rabbit because I thought she did a stellar job in Jojo Rabbit, but I also think she did a great job in Marriage Story as well. But I believe she has a couple Oscars, at least one, I believe. Doesn't she?
Who's that?
ScarJo.
ScarJo? Yeah. I think she won for way back.
Yeah. Was it Lost in Translation?
I think she won for that. Yeah.
So she has one, so I'm not upset about it, but I thought she did a fantastic job in Jojo Rabbit. I'm not sure if you've seen that yet, but that's a great movie.
No, I want to see that one. Matt, Renee Zellweger, just to circle back, also has an Oscar win for Cold Mountain, which I remembered. That's from 2003.
Okay, yeah, I never saw that one.
It's okay. It's depressing.
Yeah, sounds like a depressing movie. All right, animated feature film. I was going through our list of reviews because our Poindexter Awards are coming up. We didn't watch any animated films this year, Mike. Not one. We didn't even go to Toy Story 4.
Oh, man.
But Toy Story 4 won. Again, I didn't see any of them. I haven't seen any of the Toy Stories. I've seen parts of them. I'm not going to start with the fourth one because I won't get it. How to Train Your Dragon. I didn't see that, but I heard the flying scenes in that were amazing. I Lost My Body. I don't know what that is. Klaus. That's a Netflix one. I heard that was pretty good. Missing Link. I heard was pretty good. Cinematography. Roger Deakins winning for 1917. I predicted that. I'm very happy he won. He was phenomenal. I don't even know why some of the other ones were nominated. Irishman was fine. The cinematography isn't anything special. Joker was. Lighthouse was. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was. So I understand those. Costume design. I called that one too. Little Women. Fantastic costumes in that.
Nice.
Directing. Bong Joon-ho, man. Parasite. I don't know about that. What do you think? I think it should have been Sam Mendes. Or
yeah,
or Quentin,
I don't,
or Quentin Tarantino. He's never won.
I don't know. I feel like they're just gonna give Quentin Tarantino the cold shoulder.
Yeah, they don't like him. The Academy hates him.
No, I don't think they like him. He's too outspoken. But politics never plays into.
Never.
This.
Of course not. Never.
No.
Never.
I don't know, man. Parasite was a great movie. It's a very awesome movie. I was not expecting it to win Best Picture. Like,
nope.
Not at all, man. Like, not at all.
I wanted it to, but I was not expecting it. I was not. I was polling more for 1917. I really wanted to see 1917. But I predicted Joker or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But then I forget that everyone hates Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, yeah.
Documentary feature, American Factory. That's the Obama-backed, produced.
I watched it, man. That was crazy.
It was very good. It was very, very good. I think that was well-deserved. Even though it had a big name behind it, I still think it was very well-deserved. That was a great film. We'll skip short subject. I didn't, see any of those. Film editing, Ford versus Ferrari. Sure. That movie was great. I enjoyed that one. International feature film. I thought for sure, definitely Parasite in there, and they were going to skip director and Best Picture. But again, they set us down. I mean, think about it, Mike. Joker, most nominations this year, 11. It won hardly anything. It got Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
And it got original score, which I agree with. That was good. But again, Marriage Story, 1917, Star Wars. I mean, John Williams, but John Williams has won so much.
Yeah.
Best original song, going to Elton John. Perfect. I'm disappointed Rocket Man wasn't nominated for more, especially Taron Egerton. I think he should have been nominated. I thought he was really good. He was really good. He was really good. I mean, unlike that one, the Bohemian Rhapsody, he sang all of his songs. It was not a recording. It was him. I mean, it was probably a recording of him, but it was him. It wasn't someone else. Production design, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Sure. That's cool. Animated short film, didn't watch any of those. Short film, live action, didn't watch any of those. Sound editing, Ford versus Ferrari. I definitely agree with that. I thought that was great.
Yeah, the sound editing was cool.
Very, very good on that film. Sound mixing, 1917. Sure. I'm not going to hate on that. Visual effects, 1917, definitely. I would have loved to have seen Avengers Endgame win, though, because Avengers Endgame or Rise of Skywalker, both of those, the CGI, the effects were out of this world. Not so much was 1917. I mean, there's a lot in it, but not like, having to create all of space. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I feel like they won't give a comic book movie or Star Wars, like, they're just not going to do it.
Nope.
Because there's no politics, though. It's all good.
Adapted screenplay, Jojo Rabbit. Definitely agree with that. Original screenplay, Parasite. Sure. Let's go with that. And that's all of them real fast. So, biggest snubs, man. Biggest snubs for me. Adam Sandler not being nominated. That's the biggest one for me, man. There's a lot. Rocket Man, I think, should have had some more nominations in there. Us was fantastic. I really like that movie. Lupita Nyong'o was incredible. She got snubbed.
Yeah, but it's a horror movie, man.
I know, but still. I mean, Us was not Us. His other one, Get Out, nominated for stuff.
It was, but I think that was because that was his first. I don't know. I don't know why, but you're right. Get Out was nominated.
All right, Mike. So what do you think? What's your take on all this?
I don't know, man. It seems like 1917 got rocked. I mean, everything pretty much got snubbed, really. It's very strange to me that only a few of the things that we would have thought would win did. And I mean, there were most of these actors and actresses and the movies are all really good, but it is quite shocking that Parasite won Best Picture, man. To me, it's just like, whoa, like foreign movie, like, wow.
It won both, man. Won in both foreign film and Best Picture and Best Director. I mean, that's wow.
That's just like, yeah, like it just, whew, man, that poor director. It's only way but down.
Do you think the Academy Awards are just becoming irrelevant?
I don't know, man. It's definitely been odd these last few years, especially when the green creature won.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was like, what?
The water monster. Yeah.
Yeah, it was okay.
It was not the movie of the year for me.
No. But I feel like the Three Billboards should have won that year.
I agree.
And they didn't do it because it was political charge. There was some kind of controversy, right? With, I don't know, a couple things, I think. So it was like, man, I don't know. Things are so jaded.
Yeah. Well, since you didn't watch them, I'll talk about the ceremony itself. It wasn't bad. It's too long. They introduced people like 3 times. You can really get away from that. I like how they have a lot of the songs from the films in the production. I like that. I wouldn't mind having a host back. It wasn't bad without a host again because they didn't do one last year. But you could tell the people like Chris Rock and Steve Martin did a bit, and they were like one of the first bits, and they both have hosted the Oscars. And I was sitting there watching that bit, and I'm like, see, this is why we need hosts, people like this, because they're just hilarious. Where you had some presenters that are trying to get political, you had some, trying to be funny, and it fails really bad. It's like, no, maybe bring back a host. I don't know. I wouldn't be against it.
Yeah, that seems like, so now it's just the award people come up and they're kind of the host, right? And so they get a second to talk because there's
right. They tell a little bit.
There's no host.
Yeah, they tell a little bit of a joke and a little bit of a bit, and then they roll in. So yeah, so like Chris Rock and Steve Martin. I don't remember what awards they presented, but they did like a 3 or 4 minute like little bit, and it was politically charged and among other things a little bit, but it was funny and it was good. And then they went into their presentation, they did another joke, and then they went into the second award presentation, and then they move on to the next thing. Either they cut to commercial or they do a musical act, and they just have a lot of different people doing the hosting basically, and some of it works really well and some of it just falls flat.
Yeah, I mean, I think some people's personalities and stuff, like, and their humor isn't always going to translate, and like a host would try and make jokes that are more generally targeted, I guess. Like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the people that are stars kind of live in a somewhat jaded, different world than us. So
Oh, of course they do.
they're not... their humor, things that would make them laugh, we would be like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, they live in a completely different plane of existence than your average person. And that's one of the problems when they have these speeches and they start trying to tell us how to live. It's like, dude, I'm just trying to pay my rent. Fine, yes, I'm concerned about this or I'm concerned about that, but I'm just trying to pay my rent. I will think about that later.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. All right, Mike. Well, so what are we doing for next week? Are we going to do the awards next week? Are we going to do a tributary? Are we going to go see a movie in the theaters? Because there's only one movie in the theaters that even slightly spikes my interest.
Is there anything new coming out, Matt? And is it the right week?
Yes. The only one that spikes my interest that's coming out is Downhill. Will Ferrell, Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
I don't even know if I know that one.
It's looks like a comedy / drama / kind of love story-ish thing. It looks interesting.
Okay.
Looks interesting. But the critics are tearing it apart though. So
Well, then that means we'll love it.
true. Probably true.
I don't know. Netflix is cranking out stuff like crazy. Maybe we could do like a late tributary, like just a 5 or a 10-minute tributary from something on Netflix or Amazon or one of the streaming services, and then go hardcore into the Poindexter Awards.
Okay. Let's do that.
Okay, I don't know what the movie. I don't have anything picked out.
Or, I mean, we can do a tributary for next week because I thought I was going to be off on radio, but they wanted me to come in on Tuesday because they're off for President's Day. So the radio shut down. But they're like, if you want to come in on Tuesday, so if at least I have something to talk about, and then I could tease our awards a little bit on Magic, which my interview from this morning will be at the end of this podcast.
Excellent, man. Excellent.
Where I talked about the Oscars there, too.
Awesome. Double Oscar it.
Is that like double the Grouch?
Yeah, something like that.
Come on, Oscar the Grouch.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. I actually
I know you're
didn't
tired.
get that.
I know you're tired. You're tired,
Right,
Mike.
yeah,
I know it was
yeah.
a Sesame Street joke. I know it was bad. I'm sorry. I apologize for that one.
All right.
All right. Well, you got anything else?
No, I don't have anything else.
I think I've talked way freaking too much. So yeah, if you got something else, go for it.
No, I don't think I have anything else. I think we're going to be entering somewhat of a slower season now that the awards have kind of been awarded. And hopefully we'll get some good shining stars. Like we've had a few. Bad Boys for Life. I really like that movie. So you never know. Maybe some good stuff will come out. And anyway, just keep listening to Real Film Nerds and catch us out on the socials, the Twitter, the Facebook, the Grams, Instas, and
You forgot. Thanks everybody for listening.
I was waiting for you because you were staring at me very intently.
Oh, okay. Here, hold on. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
All right. Thanks everybody for listening. Matt has his hands covering his eyes. All right. Thanks everybody for listening, and catch us on the next pod.
Thank you for listening to The Real Film Nerds. Now don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Real Film Nerds. Now go out and catch a movie.
Joining me in studio now on Magic 99.1, it's Matt Henshaw from the Real Film Nerds podcast. Good morning.
Hi, Eliza.
I know you watched the Oscars last night because you're a movie buff.
Of course I watched the Oscars. How did I not?
Right. All 3.5 hours like I did?
3.5 plus hours, yep.
Tell me, don't you think that, okay, they waste so much time with having somebody introduce somebody that introduces the nominees and the winner. I mean, that's stupid, first of all. And second of all the walking. Why do they have to show the people walking? Why can't they just be there ready to go?
I guess walking is a new thing they discovered.
I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, those are the things that annoyed me.
One I'm not a huge fan of is how they did like the introductions, and then they're like, here's the movie, here's the people in the movie, and then they're like, all right, and here are our nominees.
Yeah.
You mean the people you just showed us?
They waste so much time.
They waste a lot of time.
I know they're trying to bring in revenue from the ads. I get it. It's all about money, but for us viewers, it's so annoying. Anyway, okay, so what did you think of Best Picture?
Shocking.
You were. I knew it. I knew you'd be shocked.
I was pulling for 1917, but I wanted Parasite to win. I just thought there was no way it was going to win.
Really?
And so it did, and I was shocked. I was like, wow.
Well,
and it just was that. I mean, they got four?
They got four.
4 awards.
Mm-hmm. They sure did.
You know, foreign film, sure. I expected that.
Right.
But Best Director?
Right.
Nope. I didn't see that one.
Well, didn't Sam Mendes get Best Director, and didn't 1917 get Best Picture at the Golden Globes?
I think so.
And that's usually a precursor for what's going to happen at the Oscars. Yeah, but not last night. Okay, so you did see Parasite. Do you recommend it?
Oh, yeah, I loved Parasite.
Did we talk about it on the show?
Yeah,
I couldn't remember.
We did. Yeah, it's been a little bit.
Okay.
And that's one of the things I was going to say after I talked about Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
Harkins is going to have all the Best Picture nominees in the theaters for 2 more weeks.
Okay.
And then they're going to pull them out. So if you want to go see any of them, now is the time. Yeah.
Okay, very good.
And I do say go check out Parasite. I really liked Parasite. But again, subtitles.
Yeah,
So
I know. Okay.
You don't want to read, don't go.
Right. Okay, fair enough.
But I liked it. I thought it was a phenomenal film.
I'm going to see it for sure. So you did see Birds of Prey this weekend.
Yes, ma'am.
The new, what's it called? Harley Quinn movie?
Harley Quinn movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
It was okay.
Just okay.
It was just okay.
Yeah.
There's a reason why I didn't do so hot at the box office. Harley Quinn is a side character. She is the main character in this film. I'm not sure if it works super well. Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn is the shining star of that film.
Sure.
Not a huge fan of this story. It's been done a million times over. Not a fan of how they told it.
Mm-hmm.
The color palette was fantastic. It's very colorful, much like Suicide Squad and other films like that. Just very bright, vibrant colors.
Right.
And one that kind of shocked me was the action.
Oh.
The action was amazing.
Oh, that's good.
They shot it really wide. You get to see everything that's going on. The action was phenomenal.
All right.
But I still say it is not a must-see in the theaters. If you want to see something, go see one of the nominations because they were all fantastic films this year.
Okay, very good. How many reels you giving it?
I give it just an average 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5.
Which might be being kind, but Margot Robbie is a fantastic actress.
Yes, she certainly is.
She made that film.
All right, very good. Thank you, Matt Hinshaw from the Real Film Nerds podcast. Check it out this morning on Magic. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks, Lisa.
You're welcome.